Hello again. It's, feels like the day is May 18th, but currently, I guess technically it's May 19th. Been a little bit of a low-key day. Stayed up way too late last night into the morning trying to figure out how to replace the video backdrop, altering functionality lost in phone booth when I upgraded my operating system to Monterey, but managed to feel a little bit better later. And not too much to report. I read a number of chapters of Death of Ivan Ilyich today. Pretty interesting and powerful stuff. The conversation he had, just the way not acknowledging the oncoming of death, by lying about it in a way, devalues it. And I guess in a way we're all doing that in life, even if we're not terminally ill and people around us aren't trying to ignore it in order to stay comfortable. Yeah. And more interesting was the second chapter of 1984. Again, what a just magnificently read and performed by Steve Parker, not my uncle. I don't have as many sharp and energetic thoughts about it this time. Most of the real grabby stuff was in chapter 1, but the description of children of parents, the sort of tired, exhausted, frightened parents, or adult enough to have thought crimes against fascism. The way you can turn the sort of idealism of children against them, and the way parents fear their children and the ability of children who are part of the spies. I think literally called spies. They wear red bandanas or something, and they're always watching people and watching their parents for signs that their parents are thought criminals. Now the children just love, almost like a game, just the pursuit of enemies and the hatred of other countries, and just how sort of wired they are for teams and competition and good and evil. And makes me think of the line that I often think of about, I don't remember where I heard it, but how young people desire justice and old people desire mercy. It seems to fit very well with that. The children of the neighbor, and particularly the young boy who seems to be dying to turn in Winston to kick him and maybe kill him if he had a real gun, for a thought criminal, and as if he almost knows that Winston's a thought criminal. Maybe it's just, you give children away, a sign that there might be a way to rebel against the power of adults, and to, the way that more happens often when you're a teenager, and they can sort of love to take it, and saying no to what food's being served, or because they go to a friend's house and friends eat something different, or the way television commercials and TV shows can, or other kids at school can, break the cultural sort of unity that we're probably more evolved to have in families, and how the government can take advantage of that to keep parents under control in a fascist state. Now, I don't think very often about children being Trump fans. Usually seems like young people and children are more resistant to that, at least in the current situation. I guess it's just because it isn't the dominant culture. And there's still too much sparkly gold, liberal culture to keep young people um, engaged in the freedoms and the justice, different kind of justice that's in the party in 1984. It's all encompassing the party, the one culture that you're part of. So children are much more connected with it, easily sucked in, and the opposition is clearly defined as the other that's demonized, because the imagery of it and the portrayal of it is 100% controlled by the party, where that's not the case in our culture. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, sort of drawing a blank to finish the last couple of months of Sand County Almanac, the audiobook reading here on YouTube, polishing up the where I put the microphone and the usage of the new video backdrop app, and so little baby steps. Just have to keep at it and not start to see it all as kind of silly the way Evan Illich does, and he sees it because he's a terminal illness, but he starts feeling like he's constantly being watched by capital it, death really, and it makes every normal pastime in life that usually seems important seem paltry, like a shield or a transparent sheet of glass, and you can't hide from it more than temporarily. Sometimes I feel that, like everything in life is just a more and more seeming like just a pointless distraction. Not because I'm afraid of death as much as more like the pointlessness of living, feeling like sometimes it's almost like death seems like it would be a relief. I mean, it's the slow process of ugly dying, as things get stripped away from you. That's the bad thing, but not necessarily death itself. Yeah. Um, yeah, yeah, gonna go. Trying to do a blog post too. Eat some food. Nice weather today. I love the cool spring weather. Although it got down in the 40s tonight. Yeah. Um, anyway, don't feel like I have too much to say, so I guess I'm gonna call it. Um, have a good night.